Hi everyone, this is Nikki, you also known as Faces Trader, and you are watching the Awesome10X Global Market Update. It's live and it's February 23, 2021. So last night, it was the very first time that the market actually corrected. For some people, it's the first time, but it's actually not. Like you could argue that there's just rotation happening in the market. But it is true that the dollar peso has been spiking. Of course, like just last week, the dollar peso was just trading at 47.95. And you're seeing that the dollar peso right now is already trading at about 48.75. So that huge surge is happening. And of course, for those who aren't aware, the dollar is, of course, a funding round. It is a funding currency. You know that the reason why the stock markets have been rising is also a function of your loose monetary policy, i.e., very cheap dollars. So you've got dollars being printed and you've got cheap dollars. If those things, one of them doesn't happen to be true, then you get a drop. So what you're seeing really in the Philippine market and the US market is really just a function, in my view, of the dollar. The increase of the dollar is, of course, forcing some people to actually take some profits. And we actually did that. Like this is what? This is February 16. Since February 16 all the way till today, which is a week after, you are seeing that the US markets is just really functioning and just taking profits off the table. So let's try to see what's happening in the NASDAQ. NASDAQ, QQQ. Why don't we go to QQQ? That's 100. All right. So here, so of course, is the market toppish? The answer is yes. We would argue that some people would even say that the NASDAQ has been creeping up this very huge extension after extension after extension. And how extended have we come? We went to as high as 1,272 with some brief rallies nearing 14,000. So your NASDAQ never reached 14.3, but it reached somewhere near that, like 14,000. Take note that we bottomed out around March 2020 here at about 6,500, 6,600, and we rallied more than 100% from the lows. So some people, of course, felt that this drop today might actually be just a normal correction. And how far can this correction go down? Let's start to see. The correction of your NASDAQ will, of course, have a lot of supports, even if it is toppish. You'll see a lot of people, let's say you're not going to hit 15,400 in the short term. Any rallies back to 13.5 will continue to have some sell-offs. And you're seeing that the real support is still at 12,050. So, of course, it may happen not to be the case. It may also just lounge and teeter here on the uptrend, still back to 12.7 and 13.5 with no huge drops. But I'd say that simply the market is just so overextended. Nothing really amazing here. It's just profit taking. Now, we mentioned as well, if you recall, that the pigs will get slaughtered. And so far, we said that the pigs are going to get slaughtered in their solars and renewables and their wheat. And have we been proven right? So far, yes. So we have been saying that the clean sparks were a sell here at 30 all the way to 42. And so far, we are proven right. What exactly has happened to your clean spark? Nothing but just distribution, right? This is just distribution after distribution. What you're seeing here is that with the market already toppish, some of your renewables have gone something in the realm of 5x, 7x in such a short time. Let's say you got in really on June, July. We're talking about $2, rally to $17 here, $15, consolidated back to 7 to 10, and then from 10 all the way as high as 40. So that's a 20x move, $2 to $40 in just a short span of time. I don't see Clean Spark going down below 20, or even if it does, it's going to be more of an opportunity to buy there. But really, even current levels is still going to be primed for selling. So even at 30 levels today, I'd say that people would still continue to sell. So what you're seeing in the market is that distribution after distribution. Clean Spark is going to get some sell-offs. Let's take a look at some favorite Awesome10X names. Yes, Sunpower. You're seeing that, yes, we said that actually that pigs will get slaughtered. And so some of us actually sold here at about 49 to 50 here, even at 48, even as low as 44. So far, correct, it has been falling down. 33 can go all the way to 27, but that would be an opportunity to re-enter. So the lower it goes, I'd be willing to buy. So take note, though, that we've been entering since 7. These are 7 to 8, and then 7 to 8 all the way to 10, 11. And then it rose as high as 8x or as much as $56. So, of course, everyone has been betting on the solar, on about clean energy. This is, of course, the Joe Biden. We still added here. Joe Biden, 1 November, and buying it at 15 will still make you 20 to even if you've made just 100% on this, look, 15 to $30, that's still 100%. So I'd say that this has been such a generous stock, and the market has been so generous that I'd say that any drops here would be treated by some people as a trading range. So I think that within the next 6 months, from March until May, you've got 3 months here. You would expect that all the good earnings will already be taken as a sell signal. Even if they have good earnings, we've ran up at about 800% already. So there's no perfection is not it's a perfectly valued name. Or you might argue that it's not really perfectly valued because it's a secular trend, but people would like to take profits first and then see whether they can 10x in other names. So I'd say that there is a rotation happening, and we called it successfully. If you forgot, if you have forgotten what we said, just go simply to Awesome10X. Go to Awesome10X YouTube.com, YouTube channel. Please don't forget, guys, to like, subscribe, and share Awesome10X. You can do a search, solars, and here. So we were saying that stream 4 months ago, solar names generating great strength. But a month ago, we were saying profit taking on solars. And stream 3 months ago, congratulations to solars, cannabis, and electrics. What the night. Congrats to Joe Biden. So you could see that if you've invested with us 4 months, 3 months ago, you'll be making more than 100 to 500%. Some of us were even investing 7, 8 months ago already on the solars. And there's nothing wrong with taking some profits. And that's exactly what's happening in the entire solar region. Go to investing.com. Well, I use that. It's a free way to check your portfolios. You're seeing that the markets are not exactly in a bear market. The markets are simply rotating. They're rotating away from weed names, away from solar names, and into some genetic related plays. And let me show to you. Example. Tilray is down 10%, $26. GRWG is down 9%, $53. But take note, guys, for those of you who are Awesome10X listeners, we've been buying Tilray for as low as $5 to $8. So there's nothing wrong about selling it at $26, $40, $50. And those pigs who bought there should be slaughtered. Like, it's a democratic US market. I'm happy to say that the global markets are democratic enough to say that, hey, this is just an FU finger for the people who felt that, hey, at 50, they're going to make $100. If they did indeed go to $100, what more for the people who got in at $5 to $8? The point that I'm saying is that when I say that pigs get slaughtered, it's just supposed to be. Because it's just sell signal after sell signal. Let's assume that you didn't sell at $30. You sold again at $60. Again, sell all the way. Even if Tilray goes up tomorrow to $36 or $40, it's still a sell. These are all just conviction sells, right? So there's nothing wrong. Take note what happened to GRWG. Just a lot of selling front right now. Sell at 68. Let's say you didn't sell there. You sold at 59 here. It's still fine. How low will this go? As low as $30 if we have to go down. Does it have the leeway to fall down to $30? Of course, that's a question. That's why here, we don't really assume that we aren't shorting. We're just saying that, hey, there's nothing wrong to take profits. So took some profits on some cannabis names, grow generation play. Unfortunately, some names which hasn't really run 5x yet has been sold down. So example, Agrify also fell down. And I felt that, hey, this is not yet, it hasn't even began their run up, and you're already selling it off just because maybe there is a sector play of selling off cannabis. However, I'd say that these drops of Agrify aren't really a potential problem. Here about $12 all the way to 10, I'll be willing to buy it. As long as it's not yet $100, guys, I'll be willing to buy at 12 all the way to 10 if I have to, because I do believe that this is really an undervalued company. So it IPO'd this year at about $10. Yeah, I think it IPO'd at 10. And let me see if it was 10 or if it was 12. Yeah, so it was $10. So $10 is in their farming company. So he entered at about 12, all the way to 10, 11. Well, it never hit 10, so 12. Added more at about 14. Even added at 18 here. Now, of course, with the cannabis names overall getting sold down, this was also being sold down because this indoor farming giant, of course, is a beneficiary of a lot of your multi-state cannabis operators. Nonetheless, I'd say that these drops here are all accumulation opportunities for a run up in the next 5 to 6 months, all the way to about $60. Watch it out. Watch out for it. Now, it also is something to note that some of the Chinese-related firms have started getting sold off. So I was saying that, yes, this run-up for Agora was well-deserved, but after hitting $100, you'd see that with the dollar spike, you want to actually be trimming some of your big wins. So 300% move in a short span of time. We're talking about January. $100 seems to be okay to sell. So $90, $100 sold some. Fell down to 78 last night. I'd say that you want to pick it up as a buy if you don't have it, back to about $65. Long term, this should be okay. So these are some companies that I'm looking to nibble into on the way down. I'm looking to also look at these names, some charts for your understanding. So American Battery Metals has gone from as low as 20 cents, 30 cents, all the way to $5. So these are strong companies in my view, and very strong fundamentals as well. We took a look at this name. It is a battery recycling firm. They're actually situated just beside Tesla. And I'd say that this drop back to about 250 is just a reset mode. You want to actually enter back. The only sellers here are perhaps those people who got in at below 170. You want to enter some of these names. Let me show you a few names that I'm taking a look at, guys. This is a Canadian company. This is in Toronto Stock Exchange, Revolut Group. I'm looking at this. I don't have it yet. Revolut Group says in the news, Revolut Group Canada is targeting North America. They're pleased to announce that they successfully launched their dollar and Canadian multi-currency and aesthetically redesigned version of their Revolut Pay app on their schedule. This unveiling is timed to future white label parties for whom multiple currency payments and disbursements are a requisite. Revolut Pay is now multi-currency. It is doing Canadian, dollar, and euro. And they want to include even the dollar and the GBP for early March. Why is it appealing? It's going to try to deploy fintech into North America for favoring national currencies, and they will actually want to do more. So it's a fintech company conceived entirely in-house. Revolut Pay is like a neo banking technology. So new banks. So it's like the new banks. They have remittance payments, currencies, crypto to fiat exchange, retail and hospitality payments, real estate payments, pay-as-you-go phone top-ups, gift cards, online credits, utility bill payments, leisure, travel payments. Revolut Pay is employing blockchain protocols, and it's squarely aimed at the worldwide multi-billion-dollar open banking sector and at least $600 billion family remittance markets. It's operated by the European wholly owned subsidiary Revolut Pay. It's in Barcelona, and it's dual license in Canada under the auspices of EU. So they also have 5 wholly owned subsidiaries on 4 continents. So in a way, this is a blockchain company that's using their blockchain payments, which is faster than your Visas or your PayPals, faster than your Squares, Square uses blockchain. Visa also uses blockchain, but it's faster than your traditional banks. So this is Canada's banking forerunner. So let's try to read everything in the website. Welcome to Revolut Group. We are a multi-asset, multi-dimensional, multi-divisional bank and publicly traded in Canada, deploying advanced fintech neobank technologies. similar, guys, to Alipay and WeChat Pay. Um, and then it is Revolut is the world's most straightforward remittance platform, sending remittances with no hidden fees, fast, secure, and flexible to use. It is a digital currency exchange, which is RevolutX, allowing all the users to convert 100 major cryptocurrencies, including BTCs, Ethereums, Litecoins, dollar tethers, all into fiat money for instant deposit into their Revolut Pay e-wallets. So it's also they've got 100 million machines worldwide via their Revolut Pay Visa card, which is launched in Q4 2020. Revolut Transfer, online money transfer service, vertical allows. We covered, guys, Tesoro last Friday in our free class pick. And this one seems to me, it's like a Tesoro, which is Humble Pay. It's like Humble Pay, but it's more into Canada and they want to try to go to North America. Also, they want to do everything. Take note that global esports revenues are hitting $1 billion in 2019, and so they can do game credits, advertising, sponsorship. They believe that they can do a professional esports subculture launching this quarter to 2021. Let's try to learn more about what the company wants to do. So it's a fintech firm, and they want to also get involved in esports. With Revolution Pay, I guess what they're trying to do here is to help the video gamers also in the payments. So what about the blockchain is interesting with Revolut Group? Okay, of course, blockchain is revolutionizing the world, especially in banking. The largest single industry to disrupt would be remittances, because remittances, you always get charged something in the realm of a fixed $25 fee, or you get a percentage take up rate. So what you know with PayPal and Visa is that they do take at least 1.5% or 5%. Same thing with your Square. Same thing with your most of your payment firms today. Your BFTs are aka PaySafe also takes a cut. So these are also the same. If you think about it, they are trying to serve that 7 billion people who don't have a bank. So it's the underbanked who will perhaps have a digital wallet. And me personally in the Philippines, I do enjoy using GCash, which is actually powered up by Ant Financial. And I do love Chinese fintech firms. So personally, I'm a believer of these blockchain entities. And so I would say that it's good. It's good to see what they're doing, and I'm okay with it. So let's try to understand more news, if any. 2020 news releases. So they launched a RevolutX cryptocurrency exchange. They also are extending remittance to 52 Brazilian banks. They're also powering up the Huobi, so a white label. For those who aren't aware, Huobi is China's cryptocurrency exchange. So let's read this together. Of course, Huobi also is very popular. 1611 is Huobi Tech. Let's read this. Ireland-based HBDT was founded by Revolut Group advisor and head of European expansion of Huobi, Eric A. Lara Riveros, and Carlos Banfi, CEO of Huobi Argentina, to spearhead the initiatives of Huobi Global. The mutual agreement is setting the stage for a bilateral white label of the Revolut Pay payment platform to be rolled out initially within the EU to Huobi customers, and a synergistic platform deployed on RevolutX for worldwide Revolut Pay customers. The creation of this platform is a joint effort between the parties. Neither the subsidiaries permit the purchase, trading, or exchange of cryptocurrencies. Huobi is an internationally compliant DCE, processing all bidirectional cryptocurrency conversions. Only the consequential fiat currency flows are processed by Revolut Pay for the DCE affiliates, for eventual Huobi affiliate users. For those who aren't aware who Huobi is, it's a crypto asset exchange founded in 2013, located in Singapore. Transaction volume surpasses $15 billion. They have 854 markets. The most popular trading pair, of course, is BTC USD and Ethereum dollar. But Huobi accounts for 14% market share of the total volume in the crypto sphere. They have so far 5 million users in over 130 countries worldwide. So very strong integration. And let's try to understand this. Options, warrants exercise, receiving a capital influx into treasury totaling 260,000 Canadian dollars. All right. So Okay, let's try to understand more. I want to go to the website and the Twitter handle of Revolut Group. So let's go to Revolut Group. Revolut Group. Revolut Group is Canadian. So you can see in their website, in their Twitter, all right. So they are a digital bank, publicly quoted, operating Revolut Pay, Revolut BIP, Realty, Charge, Utility, Fin. Okay, Steve Marshall on LinkedIn, open banking and neobanks. So neobanks are the new banks of the world, modern banks. Agree with that. So I do believe the Square will be, eventually there will be competition and these will compete. Says here that the market has spoken after a weekend of ostensibly ignored commentary. Revolut Group belayed all futile narratives today, returning to form, bringing our shareholders a 10% gain on 6.3 million shares traded. As of 8 February, defining the path progress is unabated as we move towards white label adoption and increased revenue this 2021. Hashtag cryptocurrency, hashtag neobanks, hashtag RevolutBet, Huobi, Alipay, crypto to fiat, Revolut transfer, banks, crypto exchanges. Good moves, actually, I'd say. Way to kick ass, Mr. Steve Marshall. Let's try to understand who Steve Marshall does, what's his background, etc. So he is an entrepreneur, Revolut Group, and founder international, acquired by Visa. About him, he's a founding partner of several companies that got sold. So he's a serial entrepreneur. Revolut Group targeting North America, calling Miami the home. He's a CEO of a full year, for 1 year and 4 months already for Revolut Group. Company is boasting a world-class management team specializing in every sector division the company has created. With 5 fully owned subsidiaries, there are still a lot of billions unbanked citizens worldwide. We want to lower that number. All right, agree with that. He was, of course, a CEO and founder of Travolutionary, operating 800 plus websites, focused on website traveling, used to be a key partner of Google AdSense, offering guidance. So similar to like travel-related websites, similar maybe for Traveloka. Want to see what else he's done? Okay, he's the CEO of CUV Ventures. This division owns a banking license remittance company named Revolut Pay. So that is also a tourism-focused crypto token CCU coin factoring lending platform such as Revolut Charge, all right, cyberspaces. Founder, of course, of Remax. He founded and franchised. I was simply an investor assisted with online marketing in this venture, and I sold this to a partner. That was year 2000 to 2003. Let's try to learn more about Mr. Steve Marshall. Steve Marshall seems to be very active in everything. Let's go to google.com. Hey, I don't like Yahoo when I'm searching, so I need to fix that. Steve Marshall, Revolut Group. Management, Bloomberg, VG, LinkedIn, Globe Newswire. So let's try to understand this one. I want to know more about the group's management team, their growth strategies, and what they want to do. So here, Revolut Group, the management, okay, saw that already. He has dedicated his time, including even the philanthropic, okay, got it. So he is also a philanthropist for medical and pediatric cancer units, got it. Marketing company, okay, Steve Marshall, investment highlights. Investment highlights, they are already linked to Revolut Pay mobile app, experience management team. Let me see what people are saying about him. North America, here we come, Revolut Pay. As big banks are feeling the squeeze from fintechs, where does the neobanks go? Digital banking. Revolut Group, digital banking, how FIs can compete with fintech innovation. Jim McCarthy explains. All right, fintech news also entering onto online payments such as cannabis payments. Yep, because a lot of cannabis is done online. So that's the businesses of Clever Leaves, CLVR, a lot really, even Weed Maps, SSPK. Let's see, Revo, PR in the morning, signing deal with Alipay. Are they really gonna sign a deal with Alipay? Well, I'm interested if they really will. Um, Big things ahead. Blockchain powered Revolut Pay is launching with white label opportunities. That's good. So, example, if you want to actually have a cryptocurrency platform in Cuba, you just work with Revolut Group because they're doing that. A deal is being signed on Tuesday. Is it really going to happen? Repost as we approach some important milestones. We're going to have a signing with Huobi Global. Huobi Global is so huge, guys. So that's good. So that's not hype because they did that. Sometimes the weekends feel so long. Alipay, we're setting out a future synergy with white label partners, game changer. Jack Ma is topping 1.3 billion users globally. Guys, do you know how much Alipay was gonna get a valuation for had it not been derailed? And financial processes something in the realm of, if my memory is correct, I remember reading 13 trillion, 13 trillion yuan. Like amazing. That's like amazeballs. Like 10 times more than what Visa and PayPal does. And that's just one company. And that's just one country. So imagine if you can actually be a company, even if you're just so tiny, and you can just impact a small market share in this whole trillions and trillions of dollars of fintech payments. That's really revolutionary. So I would agree. The TAM is so huge. Total addressable market is so huge. As the big banks are feeling the squeeze from fintechs, how does that leave for your smaller players? Okay, Jamie Dimon is of course delivering a stark message. We should be scared shitless. That was something that he shared in a January analyst conference call. He wasn't talking about the economy, the pandemic, or political climate, but rather the competitive challenge that faces all the banks because fintechs are going to disrupt all the banks. Pointing specifically to the rise of fintechs like Square, PayPal. That's also what IPOE is doing, SoFi. That's also what others are doing. He told us analysts that he also considers non-traditional financial companies like Amazon, Apple, Google also to be their competition. Yes, because there's Amazon Pay, Apple Pay, Google Pay, Razer Pay, Lala Samsung Pay, right? So digital presents a competitive disadvantage for smaller banks. Community banks are built around knowing their customers on a personal level. It's easy to think of the bank across town as your top competition, but it's not the case anymore. The FDIC has made it easier for companies like Amazon, Facebook, Walmart to enter the lending space, allowing major businesses like these to pursue banking charters without the capital and liquidity threshold that banks must currently meet with billions of dollars backing them, and an open door to enter the lending space. These business giants are positioned to pounce the smaller competition with smaller cash reserves and a lower tolerance for risk. Can you imagine, guys? The business model of of a firm, example AFRM, is just built on helping Pelotonians buy now and pay later. And of course, that's not just Peloton; they're also helping a lot of other marketing. They're doing marketing as well for other companies. So let's say you're trying to sell a Tesla. How about like Tesla finance that for you? Can you imagine like the revolution that's possible? What if Tesla said, okay, I'm just going to do an insurance as well. And Tesla did that. I think Tesla said, Elon Musk said that I'm going to try to beat the Geico, like the Warren Buffett insurance. I'm going to beat them because why will I have car insurance when Tesla will just do the car insurance for you? I'll just replace any car that you buy from me if you have to. And that's like the Tesla ecosystem, by the way. So competing, so that tells you that if I am a company, that's the revolution that's happening already. And yes, small companies will not be able to fight the big ones, but maybe if you're early in the game, you could be. So like it's interesting what we are seeing in this space. Blockchain revolution powered Revolut Pay launching with white label opportunities in United Arab Emirates. So I think white label is a good game to do. So they're like an OEM, an original equipment manufacturer. I can see myself just being a partner of a bigger entity. So I'll just example. That's why we made 10x on Copin, because Copin was just a partner of Google for all the Google glasses of the world. So if Revolut Pay is just gonna be a partner of Huobi, that's still great. I mean, guys, this is gonna be great for Revolut Group. So Revolut Group, guys, is a ticker symbol Revo. This is in Canada. Revolut Group, TSXV, it's Toronto Stocks Venture. This is really cheap right now. Take a look, 19 cents, rallied to as high as 60 cents, 50 cents, fell down to 26 cents. And look at this, you can still buy it at 34 cents. 34 cents Canadian company. Revolut Group Canada is market cap what? How much is the market cap of Revolut Group? I need to go to Google because hard to find it in I don't know, the search algorithms of Yahoo is very hard to find. Revolut Group market cap. So the market cap right now is just a mere $54 million. Just $60 million, even if it goes 10% a night. So it's really, in my view, a company that's gonna be big. So I'm worth I think that it's worth a look at. Revolut Group Canada. Apple Pay, revenue verticals. What can we make of them? I want to see like what people are saying about them. So Steve Marshall had a $1 million private placement at 15 cents each. So it's fine. Like he was an investor of his own company. He bought $1 million at 15 cents. We're paying what, 26 cents? Not really a problem if I see that it's gonna disrupt. I'm okay to pay 100% higher if I see that it's gonna go higher anyway and not lower. Data indicates that the market cap and the total CEO compensation is just $634,000. So he will make so much more money if he makes the company's Revolut Group grow higher. So there is that alignment when it comes to CEO revenue. To conclude, yes, some people say that he is getting compensated a lot, but I'd say that it's okay. It's okay. What is the strategy? White label is their strategy. So they want to do a lot of additional verticals. To hear Steve Marshall's entire interview, this is the podcast, Audio Boom. I think that you want to be listening in what the owner wants to do. Just like how Brian Foote is saying with Tesoro Enterprises, aka Humble Pay. So that's how I view this. All right, so let's take a look at some comments. Hi, what broker are you using for global? I use Interactive Brokers. That's really where my majority money goes into. How do you think the market will correct? How can we know the right time to add or buy again? In this market, we keep on buying dips, but the prices keep moving lower. That's not true. It depends what stock you're buying. So you don't want to buy extended names. That's why I never, I don't tell people to chase for companies. I would say that I would like to buy companies on a lower drop, but if you try to pinpoint the bottom, usually you would end up missing out more. So I always emphasize, do not think about pennies when you are missing dollars. Example, let me tell you what. If I tried to be a penny picker, sure, I know that that American Battery Metals last night fell. But if I was trying to do pennies here, I would have missed this move, 13 to 17 for AHAC. There are some SPACs that you want to actually enter your money into. AHAC was one of them. ACIC was another. I bought here at about $13. Sure, it went to 18, back to about 14. But if I try to penny my name, like if I'm going to be penny wise about buying at 13 that I want to buy it at 11, I'd sometimes miss out. Sometimes if you will miss out, example, NanQuest, I entered where 28, 29. I know it's a bit late, but it's now 42, 44. Like I was really expecting for this to go vertical and for me to sell 42 all the way to 52. So I think like what's more important is not being penny wise and a dollar foolish. So always think about that. Would you recommend for an upcoming market rotation as the recovery optimism grows? Do you have any value stocks in your radar right now? Is Canadia in your Awesome10X? Canadia is not in Awesome10X, so I don't know much about that. As for value, most of my value picks have gone 100 to 200% already. This is my value picks. I'll tell you what. Performances of my value picks. 10X already for my value picks. Like last night, yes, TripAdvisor went up, Copen went up. GME was really a value pick for me. Designer Brands was also a value pick for me. I got some Turtle Beach before. These are some of my value names. Most of them have already gone 3x, 2x from where we advised people to buy them. I remember giving a buy call on Delta Airlines as early as $26. GE looks to be a buy even at $12.50, but I gave a buy more on the $11 area and even at $8 before. TripAdvisor, we gave a buy at 23.25. GME, we actually gave a buy call here at $47. Ralph Lauren, we entered about $75. Most of the value names we picked them up since November, so November 2020. And even since November, even before, like even during June, sometimes we even bought them as early as March 2020. Okay, are eVTOLs falling under EV category? No, it is a separate category itself. I believe that eVTOLs will be categorized with the commercial drones because eVTOLs are just a bigger drone. Instead of the drone carrying a package, you're actually carrying people. So the eVTOLs is really just an extension of a larger drone movement. JP Morgan doubled down its assessment that Bitcoin is overvalued. Well, in my view, JP Morgan, okay guys, I'm not a speculator of crypto. However, it's very clearly easy to determine that if Bitcoin is trading at $50,000, that the majority of the market is of the belief that, hey, they are bullish than bearish. It's that simple. So in my view, in fact, last night, we even recommended to even buy more of Bitfarms because it's still undervalued versus the BTCs that they hold. Bitfarms, we still entered last night, $6.50 to $7. It still continued to go higher, as high as $9. It could fall at $5, guys. But I still think that if people think that 68 cents all the way to $9 is already high, you have to think clearly, was it even properly valued at 70 cents then? In fact, I'd argue that, example, CSTR, one of my regrets was I really found it to be of value here at about 12 cents and here at about 10 cents, but I didn't hold on to it. It's 7x already, 10 cents to 80 cents. So in my view, people saying that it is overvalued should actually take a second look at what they're talking about. Like hot mining has so much BTC holdings, and it's like it's worth in the billions of dollars what the BTCs that they hold, that they held and their hash rates, and yet it's not properly valued. Like, can you understand how valuable the assets are versus the miners that owns these assets? Hot 8 mining, I still added at $10 last night, and it went to 15, 16. And people would say, hey, of course I should have bought at 5 and 2, right? And I would have if let's say hot mining fell down 10 to 5. Because when I buy, I don't really think about tomorrow it's gonna go up. All I think is that, okay, if I'm right, it's really gonna go 100 to 200% anyway. And if I'm wrong, it's just gonna go 20%. So what do I care? It's Calera Inc. All right, what does Calera do? Calera Inc. Calera is a company providing mobile to all sizes worldwide, multi-channel, comprising of messages, Calera Cloud, voice demo, communication software solutions. I don't know much about it yet, but let me try to understand it. Wall Street is pummeling Calera after recent earnings. Okay. It isn't a sector that I'm familiar with, so I'll study. Your stream is lagging a bit. Maybe the junk problem. Please restart the stream. Sorry about that. Or maybe I'm just really opening so many tabs. That's also possible. I'll try to close some tabs today. Close these. Leave this. Hope this helps. Actually, guys, I'm trying to take a look at so many companies that are already extended. So we've got, yes, CCIV. We got in as early as 12.18, right? And then right now at $60, it should be sold. Like, take profits, right? CryptoStar, if you have it, congrats. You're 7x, 8x. You should sell some. Napchin Digital, yep, I took a look at it already. I've been looking to buy this since about January 2021. So I knew that I was late in buying. I do have some crypto exposure, but I never really discuss it on my YouTube channel because we're talking about Awesome10X global stocks investing. However, of course, I felt that there's gonna be a leeway for some of the blockchain entities or digital asset holdings listed in the market that weren't able to to capitalize on that 5x, 10x move of the actual asset. So I think that there was a delay. Eventually, it did go up. So these were like my picks, like CSTR, Neptune Digital Assets, Bitfarms, Hut 8. I still, like, example, if you're telling me that the market is down, you just don't know much, because Raven Industries went another all-time high last night. So, I mean, you just need to be properly diversified. This one looks to be great as well. Code-based ventures, take a look at that. Revolut Group Canada, yes. Torchlight, I'd love to buy it low. Looking to buy actually since February at about $1.80 below, and $1.80 to 150. Take note, it doubled already, 100% up. This drop is just profit taking. I wasn't able to get some oxygen. This one went from $1.70 all the way to 18. I'll be happy to find an entry point here about $6 if it will give me an entry point. Zomatica, I don't have this, 7 cents all the way to $3. I didn't study this, but if it falls about $2 below, so it's already $2. Can it go to $1.40? I need to study it first, but these are like some companies that I'm taking a look at. Some biofuels, yes, I'm trying to take a look at these firms. This went from about 10 cents all the way to $1. That's 10x move. Taking a look at whether 50 cents below, here is an entry opportunity. Canaan, we got this. $3 went to as high as 10, 20, $40. Sorry, not yet $40, so not yet 10x. But some people got in $4, $5, $6. It's about 500% for some of us. Think that Canaan is just a crypto miner. But you have to take a look at the market cap. I think like people are not too much aware of the billions of dollars that some of these crypto miners own. Even for Ebon, you could see it's very tricky, buy, sell, but eventually I think these ones go up. So as low as $7 all the way to $5, I'll be more than happy to buy, knowing that 11, you've got an initial resistance, but that will not be a resistance in the next coming years, I think. So there's a lot of companies that I do want to study. I have like a lot of watch lists. Only invested $100. Would I be slaughtered if I don't take profits? Well, your $100 already went like $300, $500. For some people, it's not worth much if it's too small. So you're not a pig, because it's the size that matters. It's so small, like I don't think that it's gonna be changing your life. But if it was like, let's say it was $100,000, or let's say let's assume that it's $10,000. $10,000 went $25,000 to $30,000. At some point, I would also profit take. Like I normally, what I do is if I have $10,000 that rallied to 100%, even if it doesn't 10x, like I'd probably trim half, and my 10K there is already my free money. So when I have my free money, I really roll the dice. Like my free money there, which I did for Copen, which is free money. So 20,000 is $200,000. That's how you make money. Like that's just free money. That doesn't even have to be a lot of money. Like you could have had, let's say you had $100,000. You truly believe that it was going to be changing wearables. You've got all your due diligence right. There's nothing wrong about holding your position and really holding it for 5 to 10 years. So I'm feeling greedy. I want a 2,000% up. It's okay. I mean, if it's small, right? Let's just let the market ride. Okay. It's already 40 minutes. I hope that you've learned a lot. Let's see you again tomorrow, and hope that we continue to learn and invest in companies that we believe in. There's a lot of sectors that will be interesting. The rotation is actually an opportunity to buy the companies that truly are secular trend winners. A lot of people have already made so much money in weed category and solar category. And to see them fall down is actually a validation in our January sell call on them. I'm happy to see it fall down, and I want to even see it crater. Like, honestly speaking, I want it to fall 50% if it has to, because it went 1,000% up. So the only reason why people would lose money on it is they could have been pigs. That's all. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.